the penalties for police officers that commit crimes against citizens in the line of duty. So if I go and punch a motherfucker, right, and I get Class B assault, misdemeanor, whatever assault, they should automatically get felony assault because there's a higher level of trust that we afford the police. We give the police authority. We give them a gun. We let them go out in these streets and pretty much do whatever they want. They can run a red light. You know what I'm saying? The police officer can damn near do anything they want while in uniform with a badge and a gun. So because you afforded that higher level of trust in the communities that you police, you should have a higher level of accountability. It's like with your kids. If you got a 4-year-old kid and a 4-year-old kid make a mess in the kitchen, right? Knock over some shit, break it, and they don't clean it up. They're a child. They may not know no better in that moment. But when a 16-year-old kid do some shit that they know they not my whole thing is what I'm leading up to. It's tomorrow in the city of Houston. And I hope I'm not giving the wrong information, but I'm almost certain. And tomorrow in the city of Houston, there's going to be, what's today? What is today? Is today the 9th? What's today's date? What's your phone say?
The 8th.
The 8th. All right. And so it's June 10th. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Let me look at my phone, y'all. Let me look at my phone. Because I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. On June 10th, our city is going to have a vote through City Council dealing with the budget in this city, particularly with the police department. If you look at the news, you see that Los Angeles right now has increased their police budget, their police force budget to $3 billion that they're going to give the police. And you can look at the budget for everything else in the city, for infrastructure, right, for education, for community outreach, all that type of shit. It's minimal. And if you look at Eric Garcetti and the way that his police are interacting with the people of Los Angeles, right, you can see that he fucks with the police like heavy. It's not June 10th is going to seek to approve $1 billion budget for HPD. They want funding to the Houston Police Department. And I feel, right, like then you see on TV right now, that's a big thing about defund the police. Minneapolis City Council is looking to basically get rid of their police department and rebuild from scratch, right? I'm not saying, because I don't believe in, and I've talked to people about this, they have very strong opinions. And although I'm not happy with some of the things that people in uniform do, I do feel a police force in your city is necessary. There's a lot of things that the police do, right? Some of them they do very well, some of them they don't, which is what we see on TV. But I believe, as I get more and more informed, because I'm very new to this subject of defunding the police, right? I mean, thank you to Black Lives Matter. Thank you to Ashton and Latasha for level of insight and information. 47 years old, it's never too late to learn. There's a lot of shit changing and happening in this world daily. Houston's police department does not programs that could use funding. Community outreach could use funding. Mental health in the inner cities, right? Use some of that money to set up centers where people of color. You know what I'm saying? South Acres is that away. South Park is that away. And there's some money that could go to helping the people of this community that's been born and raised in a situation where they've seen murders, where they've seen drug abuse. You know what I'm saying? They're dealing with a lot of in this community. And some of that $1 billion could go make some noise and get the word out about this type of shit. So I'm going to put a flyer and I'm going to put a link to some information. And my thing is, Houston has a lot of shit going on right now, right? We're dealing with George Floyd's memorial service. Tomorrow we're going to send him home in a grand and royal way. You know what I'm saying? We're going to bring him home to the Father the way that we're supposed to send everybody home. But I just think that they don't need to hold this vote on Wednesday. And I believe that some of y'all that are watching, not all of y'all are from Houston, so maybe for y'all this ain't y'all concern, but you should be asking questions. City Council, who, if they go in and do this, that means that the people that voted people in that agree with this, and didn't vote enough people in to offset this, to where this budget wouldn't pass in City Council. This is why. Because when City Council people allot and allocate money to shit that you don't agree with, and it's your motherfucking money, don't get it twisted, it's your motherfucking money. When you have a district attorney in your city that's prosecuting people of color at a high rate, right, for crimes that you don't think they should be prosecuted for. Like our district attorney just passed a law, a couple of months ago that allowed possession of marijuana up to like 4 ounces. She's not going to prosecute that. It's better to be. So they're not worried with petty shit. Riding around with some weed on you is not a big problem in Houston as far as the city of Houston is concerned. And the district attorney's office. There's a lot of serious. But there may be some other things that the district attorney is locking people up for, disproportionately and excessively. That's an elected position. If you don't like the way the district attorney in your motherfucking city is moving, how they getting down, vote their ass out. You got that's a bias. You know for a fact that all your part, and you, if you in the hood, you know this. A nigga catch a case, and they'll ask somebody, somebody be like, "Hey man, I heard you got jammed up, woo woo wham, right? Woo woo, woo woo woo, all that type of shit, right?" First thing that anybody from the hood that's been in the justice system before, they gonna ask you, who's your judge? What judge you got to see? For my generation, that was Ted Poe. Ted Poe is he's in the government now, right? But Ted Poe was a judge here. And motherfuckers already knew. Queenie, can you agree to this? Can you speak to this? They can't see you shaking your head, so you got to speak. You got to say yes or no. If you had to and his power with giving people the maximum sentence for certain crimes. If you have a judge in your city that move like that, who is sentencing people excessively and disproportionately when it comes to people of color, gotta vote his bitch ass out. That's the only way when your partners catch a case or you catch a case that you get a fair day in court. Justice isn't supposed to work for everybody. They look at everybody else and give you a proportionate sentence, right? Or give you like a fair chance at that court of law. Some of these judges, they don't even want to hear that shit. They look at the case, fuck you, give them 15, give them 20, give them 25, give them 40, get them the fuck out of my courtroom type of shit. Now in Houston, we started to answer the call. We recently had looked like a goddamn geek. He was eating the shit out of people out here. The fuck does look dangerous mean? Well, he looks different. That's what he looks like. He looks different. A little bit of clarity when you turn on the news tonight and you see signs and you see protesters talking about defund the police. Again, even if Minneapolis City Council decides that they want to do away with their police system, it's going to be gradual because you can't just have the streets wide open. Like some people are going to take advantage of that. And that's all. and actually have other ways of combating the violence, the perpetuation of conditions which contribute to the violence of certain communities in there. And not only bringing attention to it, but also breaking it down as to like what this money is going to go towards and the bet. But there are things that I can learn from his level of engagement. There's things he can learn from mine, right? I have a specific agenda that's on the forefront of what I believe in, what I'm standing for right now. There's certain things that he could use for me, certain information, certain resources to help further some things in his movement and vice versa. And I don't see any reason why a black man should knock another black man in public right now, even if he is Terry Crews. Because he tripping like a motherfucker right now. You know? At the goddamn TV show, and the nigga had the nerve to say some shit about black supremacy. Black people don't have the power structure in America to be supremacists. Black people. We want when a motherfucker go in for a job interview that you see me like everybody else. We want that when a teenager sends in a college resume and their name is Keisha, that they get the same chance to enter that university. Should have the same chances to get into that college. Because a lot of times when they see these ethnic names, they don't even go down. I don't even think I get it. I appreciate it. They don't even. Name. He passes information along to Trade the Truth. Trade the Truth passes it along to me. And I believe I put it up on my page somewhere. Either on my page or in my story. Arrested, accused, tried, charged, sentenced to a felony. You go to jail, you do your time, you come out. Let's say you on paper. Let's say you got probation for the case initially if you didn't go to jail. Or you got parole. And I know that in the city of Houston, right, and in the state of Texas, once you are no longer obligated to the state, 9 days left?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say it's 5 days left so niggas don't lollygag and get on their motherfucking note. So if you are a felon who is no longer on parole, or you're someone that committed a crime who is no longer on probation, a certain district attorney in your city, register, get your people registered, vote them motherfuckers out. It's really that simple.
They say, what about gun license?
What about gun license? Are they allowed to get a gun license?
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't believe so. Now, I could be wrong because I was under the misconception about being able to vote as a felon. But all this information is easily Googled. Is Googleable a word?
Googleable?
Yeah.
Googleable.
I guess it's a
Gullible
new word, right?
and Googleable. I guess you can make that word up.
You can easily find this information out. Because I didn't believe in Texas that if you had been convicted of a felony, that you could be licensed.
I think you have to be out for like 7 years.
There's probably a limit.
7 to 13.
There's probably a term in which, I don't know if it's forever, but I'm pretty sure there's at least.
Somebody say Googleable is now.
Right. So we'll see that.
Can you carry a gun? It's open carry, right? So you can carry. Can you carry a gun if you don't have a license?
Open carry for a citizen. Yeah, no, you don't. As long as you legally own the gun, you can open carry, right? But I don't believe that rule of law applies to a felon. There are certain stipulations bestowed upon you once you've been, tried and convicted of a felony. And I would hope that whoever's giving this information ain't just lying to keep felons, whatever. I feel like that's in the realm for, possibility.
What about if you're charged with a felon but not convicted?
Well, it doesn't mean. Somewhere on tx.gov, text.gov, that gives you this kind of information.
Oh, they say as long as you don't have a felony, you can carry with or without a permit.
Yeah, as long as you legally own the gun, you can carry your gun in the state of Texas. In Texas.
One in the chamber? You can't have one in the chamber, though.
We didn't say one in the chamber. We just said carry the gun.
Well, I ain't got time to be trying to shift to put it in. You were charged and convicted with?
Red Man a long time ago. And if anybody know Red Man, most people know that a lot of what Red Man says is very funny, jovial. You know what I'm saying? Red Man said something a long time ago. I'll never forget it. Because Redman lives in New Jersey, and he's in New Jersey and New York. He said in a rhyme, it's 2 to 5 for possession of a
Library. You going to the library?
And look, as I get more information about this kind of shit, because I know some things out here, right? I'm pretty informed about this shit. But as I learn the truth about certain things, and I don't do it from a position of bias, right? I just want people to know real shit. I know who follow me. I know you have a long and plentiful life. So I'm going to try to give y'all that game as an OG. Shout out to the Queen. The Queen is always like, look, you platform and give y'all this game. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I pray for y'all. I hope to see the food that fell off. That's what I be saying about this shit.
That's the chips.
Here, wear your mask. Use your hand sanitizer. Try your best. Next to Little Papacito's that's on Richmond and Kirby. There's a restaurant right next to it. They had a good point. They said, shouldn't it be called antisocial distancing? Because you try not to be social when you distance from people. I thought that was funny. I thought it made sense too. It actually should be. Because you're going against society and normal standards when you distance yourself from people. Well, it must be income tax check time.
No.
Talk about for them. Or PS5. You trying to get that PS5. Go ahead and show the couple.
Not in Macy's.
Well, he doing something.
PS5. That's a couple.
That's what
you
I'm
can't just judge them by their looks. They got their income tax check. That wasn't right, Bernard.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just tried to add a little levity. I know we talk about a lot of deep, heavy shit. I'm just trying to add a little levity.
I feel for him at nighttime, though.
I feel for her every other time of the day because he giving her hell.
No, but his life can be even harder because he dates
A person of color, both of them. God bless him. It had nothing to do with the color, though. Just being honest. The joke that I made had nothing to do with color.
No, you said it was income tax day.
Like I see the joke all the time. If y'all on social media, y'all see that joke all the time. All right, I love y'all. Be safe. Be careful. I'll let y'all later. And yes, Black Lives Matter.